Have you ever wondered why your gifts aren't developing as quickly as you would like them to? Stick around and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Veronica, and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality and intentional living and all of the esoteric and metaphysical things you could think of. I try to help you figure out how to navigate your spiritual awakening in a way that you can fit it within your normal, everyday life. So if this interests you, please hit the subscribe button below because I would appreciate it, and I don't want you to miss out on anything good. And for everyone else that's coming back, YouTube has really been stingy with my videos lately. I talked about this in my last video, that they're just not putting my stuff out there. And so I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff about, I've really missed your videos. When are you going to make more videos? And I'm like, not sure what you're talking about because I don't really miss many videos. And so then I was thinking about it and I'm like, I bet they're just not seeing them. So if you are subscribed but you haven't hit the little bell icon on the subscribe button on my page, you may want to go do that so that you get notified when I do post a new video. That way you don't miss out on anything. My chair has a mind of its own. I get a lot of messages from people asking why their gifts aren't developing. What can I do to get my gifts to develop quicker, or can you tell me why my gifts aren't developing? You know, I'm going through this awakening and other people are having different gifts come online, but mine don't seem to be developing. Can you tell me why? And the honest answer is that I can't answer that for you. The good news though is that you already have all of the answers within yourself. You already know all of this stuff. I'm just here to share what I've learned and remembered that's in my soul, and I share it with you, and you don't really learn from me. What it's doing is it's reminding you of what you already know in your soul. Like when you hear something and it resonates as truth with you and you're like, yeah, that sounds right, that feels right. That's because your soul is remembering. So when you have a question like this, you should really start by just getting still with yourself, closing your eyes, going within, doing a little meditation maybe, and then ask yourself the question, what is my main guide's name? What star system am I most aligned with in this lifetime? Why are my gifts not developing like I think they should, or as quickly as I think they should? And then pay attention to what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what visions come to your mind, etc. You know, when you say, why aren't my gifts developing as fast as I think they should? Do you get a vision in your mind of eating the wrong food? Do you get a gut feeling that you should be drinking more water? Do you get the vibe that, like, maybe they are, just relax? Pay attention to what you're thinking and then trust yourself. But beyond that, let me help you out with 5 different things to think about. Number 1, you're too in your head and you're not in your heart. If you've been cranky or stressed out, if you've been in some kind of a really reactive state, if you've been feeling really jealous or insecure, if you've been hanging out with people that make it easy for you to be really gossipy, if you've been stressed out and you've just gotten too in your head, you've been overthinking, you've been too analytical, you're just really stuck in your head. That is a huge hindrance to your gifts developing, because your gifts, first and foremost, I mean, everything spiritual stems from the heart. It stems from that divine love, that heart energy, that heart space. And so if you are up here, you are not down here, because it's impossible to be in your heart and in an energy of love and in your head at the same time. You just can't be. So if you find yourself too in your head, you've closed, you're not open anymore, you've closed, you're in your head, stop. Get back into your heart. Perhaps you should sit quietly, close your eyes, be still, tap back into your heart space. Imagine that you can feel your heart and you can feel it glowing with all kinds of warm, loving energy. And the energy just washes over you. Imagine yourself feeling love for everything around you and gratitude. Tap back into that heart space and then stay there. Number 2. This isn't going to come as a surprise to most of you if you are here a lot. You are not doing the work to raise your vibrations. You are not meditating. You are not doing the work to open your heart space, to open that heart chakra, and to open your third eye, to expand your mind and your consciousness. You haven't been doing the work consistently every day. And if you need more information on this, I will gladly link some videos below on how to begin meditating and what this means and why you would want to. Number 3, you don't believe in yourself. You are full of doubt and insecurity about yourself and your gifts. And you're like, I couldn't possibly be clairvoyant, could I? I'm not clairvoyant. And the law of attraction says, you're not clairvoyant? Okay, cool, you're not. It's as simple as that. You don't have the confidence and you're not acting as if you are. Number 4, what are you trying to get out of this? Why do you want these gifts to develop? What are you up to? What is your intention? Do you have pure motives and pure intentions? Or are you wanting to develop your gifts with some kind of a darker motive behind it? Are you trying to like cast spells and do dark magic? Are you trying to spy on people? You know, what is your intention? Are you doing it with a benevolent, loving intention of wanting to connect with your higher self and with the divine and with all that is, and to be of service to others, and, you know, just acting with light, loving intentions? Or is it something a little more sinister? Because if it's darker, you may not be allowed. And number 5, maybe they are, but your expectations of what those gifts are going to look and feel like are totally off. A lot of people think that spiritual gifts show up looking way different than they actually do, especially if this is all new to you. You weren't born with these gifts like fully online and on blast. They usually tend to develop and show up very subtle, especially at first. And they don't usually look like you think they're going to. Meaning, a lot of people think that clairvoyance or clear sight, typically what you would think of when you think of being psychic, most people think that like I'm gonna look over in the corner and I'm gonna see like a ghost standing there. Some people do, but most people do not. It's not like that at all. And I talk about this a lot in a few of my other videos that I'll link to below if you want more information. They're usually just images that you get in your mind. If I told you to think about a beach ball sitting on the beach. Now I understand, and these other videos I've posted, I got plenty of comments about this. Let me just say that I understand not everyone has the ability to have visions in their mind. I can't remember the name for it. I apologize for that. It's escaping me at the moment. But there is a condition where people don't have that inner movie that plays, or, you know, the ability to visualize things. Most people can, and I can, and so I'm operating from that perspective. But when I say picture a beach ball sitting on the sand, you probably got a little flash of what that looks like in your mind. Or if I say, think back to your favorite Christmas in childhood, and what did that look like? You may get a vision of like a certain toy or a bike or a Christmas tree or your grandma or something. You know what I mean? That's typically how it shows up, clairvoyance. You're just going to be talking and you'll get like a little flash or an image, kind of looks like a memory or like a picture of something, and that's what it looks like. That's how it shows up. And clairaudience, most people don't hear with their outer ear, with their external ear. They don't hear a voice in the room with them. Sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't. I have only had an outward experience like that twice, maybe 3 times. I know twice for sure, and I think there may have been a 3rd time. Most of the time it's an inner dialogue. And if you want more information on what I mean about that, I will link to my How to Communicate with Your Spirit Guides video, where I talk about how your guides can sound like the voice in your mind. And I explain how to tell the difference. So I'll link to that below as well. I hope this clarified some things for you guys and gave you some things to think about as far as your gifts coming online. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you have any other things to think about or anything I should add to this list. And once again, if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button with the bell and interact with this video, please, so that it gets back into the algorithm and starts getting boosted so that we can get more of this information out to all the people who need it. Thank you. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.